It's been a while since the last one-day seminar. COVID-19 really needs to go away quickly. Whether it goes away or not, we still have to do what we have to do. Atomy is a company that began with the declaration that it will rewrite the history of network marketing. The fact that Atomy has rewritten the history of network marketing is now widely recognized. One of the things that Atomy has rewritten in the history of network marketing is that the products make the business. We really drilled down and found that selling a good product at a low price is the best way to do network marketing. We would be competing with completely different distribution channels, such as discount stores, TV home shopping, and internet shopping malls, and we would win against them in price and quality. People don't buy things at discount stores because they give out compensation. People make repeated purchases at discount stores because they have daily necessities at a relatively good price and quality. Network marketing, well, it can be the same way. We resolved to show them that, and that is how we began. And now, uh, everyone knows that Atomy products are cheap and good. Uh, Even people that don't do business here are saying that Atomy products are cheap and nice. Another thing that we rewrote into history was as a company that reached $1 billion in sales 10 years after its founding. And not even 3 years after reaching $1 billion, this global company is already passing its $2 billion mark in sales. Atomy has established itself as a truly global company. It became a company that now has more international sales than it does domestic. Even now, international sales are rapidly growing. It's growing with great speed, with more than 40% growth per year. Last year, when the world seemed to stop because of the COVID-19 pandemic, Atomy branched out to 5 new countries. Our catchphrase for last year was that we must go on even if it is windy. And we declared that the stronger the wind, the higher the kite flies. And we have done exactly that. In other words, Atomy has definitely rewritten the history of network marketing. We have come up with a new catchphrase for 2022. Renewed day by day. Every day is new at Atomy. Renewed day by day. We are new. We have made history anew. However, we must not stop there. We have to be renewed every day. Yesterday's Atomy should be different from today's Atomy, and today's Atomy must be different from tomorrow's Atomy. Of course, the fundamental principles, such as absolute quality, should remain the same, without any change. However, when situations arise, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, we are a company that challenges itself consistently to battle the hardships and find new ways. We are now confident, both internally and externally, that Atomy is a company that does not yield to any adversity, but a company that grows bigger by using each adversity, using it as a stepping stone for development. That is the Atomy DNA. And I am confident that Atomy has become a company that will last for a century. What do you think is the biggest reason that Atomy has done so well? Yeah, the absolute quality, absolute price principle we stood on was the driving force of Atomy's growth and has become a catchphrase that can never be changed. Atomy selects products that are sure to be manufactured with the best technology. If anyone were to do their very best work, they would be at Atomy standards. And no one would be able to sell that product at the price that we can. They would trip over themselves trying to catch up with us. Yeah, this is how we achieve absolute price. You have to realize that we don't make cheap products to sell them cheap. If you tell me that you found a place that it sells it for cheaper, well, then I'd get frustrated. For example, someone told me that they've seen 20-cent toothbrushes. I know that there are 20-cent toothbrushes, but those would be for emergency, one-time uses. You might be able to find one that sells for 20 cents. However, there is no toothbrush you can find for 99 cents that you could use consistently. We prioritized quality first, and then we decided that we would sell that at the lowest price. Discount stores sold toothbrushes from the same factory as ours at $2.20. Sometimes they would do bundle sales like buy two, get one free, and their lowest price was at $1.60. I wanted to make toothbrushes that everybody could use, and I wanted to sell them for less than $1. That's how we got 99-cent toothbrushes. I still remember the CEO of the factory saying, you can't make toothbrushes that cheap. And I told him that I would sell 10 million of these toothbrushes. When I told him, he scoffed at me again. You think toothbrushes sell well, but there's never been an instance where a single model sold that well. But I told him that I could sell it. And Atomy now sells over 30 million toothbrushes per year. Lowering the price of a mere toothbrush isn't done just by cutting the price. We improved the whole process. I declared that we would not change the design of the toothbrush. Why would we keep changing the design when our mouths don't change? I wouldn't change the design until our mouths changed first. That way, we could make the exact same product continuously for 10 years, then 20 years. Why not make it completely automatic and build it so that there can be a 24-hour, fully robotic manufacturing process? Would that lower the cost or not? The cost would go down. Then, I told them to buy raw materials in ton bags instead of just bags. After that, I told them that I would pay for the materials up front with cash. That cut 20% of the raw material costs, right? We went through all of these cost cuts to match the low price of the toothbrush. This means that no one can manufacture the toothbrush and sell it for 99 cents. It is the product of absolute quality, absolute price. Same goes for Hemohim. Before Hemohim was sold at Atomy, it was sold at another company. But they would sell 60 sticks for $770. They should have made tons of profit, but their factory was in debt. I visited Colmar B&H, and I talked to them. They were selling 500 boxes per month. When producing a single round of products, they produced 3,000 sets. If 3,000 sets were produced at once, they would sell them for 6 months. That means that they would run the factory twice per year. With sales like this, the factory would not be profitable. Even if they sold it for $7,700 instead of $770, there was zero chance of success. Then I suggested a price. I suggested selling this for 1/10 of its original price. But I would sell 100,000 sets per month. The company would 100% go bankrupt if it sold 500 boxes per month for $770. The possibility that we could sell 100,000 sets per month at 1/10 of the price was not 100% either. Of course not. I told them that there was maybe a 1% probability that it would happen. Would you take the path that is 100% likely to fail, or the path with even just a 1% chance of success? I asked them that, and they understood me. So, we started lowering the price. We couldn't lower it all at once. We made a box with 30 sticks and cut its price to a quarter. After that, we started large-scale production, and we put 60 sticks in the box for the same price, which is how many we put in now. Now, we are selling it for almost a tenth of the price of the original. Now, we're selling way more than 200,000 boxes per month. And it is taking its place as the premier health food of not just Korea, but of the entire world. Atomy sought out absolute quality, absolute price from the beginning. It is still following that principle, and it will continue to do so in the future. When you start business with Atomy, I think it's good to start with a plan to make $50,000, then $100,000 per month. However, people tend to think differently. They think, $50,000? I'd be perfectly happy with just $5,000. I've never even made $5,000. How can I make $50,000 every month? Earning $100,000 a month? Is that even possible? They think this way and lower their targets. However, I think that it's because they don't know money very well. The rich people that know the nature of money don't like to talk about the nature of money. Because if there's one thing that the rich are scared of most, it's that everyone in the world would become rich. However, I am a kind rich person, so I want to tell you all some things about money. Everyone, is it easier to earn a lot of money or a little bit? A regular person would think that earning a lot of money is much harder. But let's think about this. The CEO of a department store, the owner of a big supermarket in the city, or an elderly lady that runs a mom and pop store, who would be working the hardest to earn money out of those three? The elderly lady running the mom and pop shop that earns the least but works the hardest. I mean to say that someone that earns $10,000 per month doesn't work nearly as hard as a person that earns $1,000 per month. There are people that make $100,000 per month. There are also people that make $1 million per month. The people that make big money say that nothing is as easy as making money. Then what should you do? Should you make big money or less money? You have to think about making big money. I know I'm being over the top. Just bear with me. Yeah. But this is actually the truth. You have to think to earn a lot of money. People think that making $3,000 to $7,000 per month is a good income, and too many people are crowded right there. There's so much competition. However, not as many people think about positions that earn $50,000 or $100,000 per month. There's less competition. The higher your target, the better. Another thing to consider is the possibility of making that target. For example, you wouldn't say that you will make $100,000 per month if you're running a small mom and pop store. There is a limit to the amount of money you can make there. Take a restaurant with 20 seats. Even if you run the restaurant at full capacity each meal, there's a limit to sales, and there's a certain amount of profit that you can earn. However, Atomy business is not only limited to domestic, but branches out all over the world. So you can definitely make $50,000 or $100,000. You have to set your targets high. Many people, however, would be satisfied with less. They would be happy with $2,000 or $5,000. Sure, you can start like that. However, your final thought should be that you will make $50,000, then $100,000. For some people, Atomy business is nothing. Some people say, the easiest thing I have ever done was the Atomy business. And there are quite a few people in Atomy that say this. Imperial Master Kwang-Yel Kim, he has gone through many jobs and professions, but he said that the Atomy business was the easiest. The Atomy business might be a piece of cake for someone, but very difficult for somebody else. There's a reason for its difficulty. It's not difficult because it's hard. It's just the unfamiliarity that is difficult, never done before. It can be difficult to start something that you have never done. However, that can be overcome. Recommending someone to buy a product can be very hard for first-timers. It's really easy once you open your mouth. Have you used Atomy products? Do you know Atomy? Atomy products, with absolute quality, absolute price, are great products for a cheap price. These are daily necessities, and you can buy them from me. You can make money off your purchases by signing up for membership. You can tell someone this can be done just by memorizing a short speech. Is this hard? Doing this well could earn you $50,000, then $100,000. It's not difficult, but you might find it hard if you're not familiar with it. Many people complain that sales jobs are hard. There was a day that I was enlightened. I was also a beginner once, you know. When I was a contractor, I met up with 10 people every day. Whether it be talking about the product, the compensation process, or the company vision, I would talk to 10 people per day, no matter what. Then I would walk confidently, 120 steps per minute with 70-centimeter wide steps. This was because walking slowly, like this, would lower my spirits as well. I gave myself rules of behavior. And I decided for myself that I wouldn't sleep if I didn't talk to 10 people that day. One day, it was past 11 p.m., near midnight, and I'd only gotten to 9 people. And I thought to myself, I guess I have to sleep outside today if I want to keep the promise I made to myself. Meanwhile, there was a friend on my mind. This friend had a pretty cranky personality. I debated whether to even talk to him. I knew I had to do it sooner or later, but I'd always put it aside because I thought that there was no point. However, that night, I had nowhere else to go, and I called him at 11 p.m. Even though he's a cranky person, he was still a close friend, so I could call him. So I went to his neighborhood, and I called him. I asked, "Are you asleep?" He said he wasn't. "I'm sitting on the swings at the playground in front of your apartment." "What's wrong?" he asked. And I just told him to come out, and he did. I couldn't even get to the topic at first, and we were just talking for 30 minutes when he asked why I called him up at that time. So I told him that I started this network marketing business. And I told him that I wanted to try at least talking to him. He asked, "Did you really start that? How did you make that decision?" I answered, "I can see a big future for it. I read it in a book." He replied, "That's good. What do you sell?" So I rummaged through my bag, got out a product, presented it to him, and told him, "Tell your wife to try using this." And he told me that he would pay me the next day. That's when I realized something. You can't control whether people do something or not. Someone that you thought you could definitely convince didn't budge, while someone you never dreamed of convincing was actually more willing. That's when I became enlightened. Convincing people to do things was not something that I had to worry about. It was all up to the other person's own mind, so I call that law of own mind. Yeah. After I realized the law of own mind, I decided not to think about how the other person would react if I talked to them. It's all their own mind. But whose mind is it to tell that person? That would be mine. If you all do business according to the law of own mind, anyone can succeed. This simple principle is nothing difficult, but some people might find it very hard. To overcome that hardship, you must have a big target. There are people that contemplate, should I wreck my nerves just to earn $2,000 a month? However, what if you could earn $50,000 or $100,000 per month? help out your family, and help those in need around you. You could be that person. You could be respected. No one at your reunion would dare open their wallets in front of you. When I go to reunions and someone offers to pay, someone else says, "Hey, Gill is here. He won't let us pay, so sit down." You could get to a position where when you meet your friends, no one would dare try to pay for you. Also, you might see people in need, family, friends, and relatives. You might want to help them out in times of hardship and pain. You would be able to do more than sending condolences and goodwill. You could help them out in reality. You could give $30,000 to a nephew or niece getting married. I mean, if you earn $100,000 every month, shouldn't you spare $30,000 for your nephew? You could even give them $100,000. It's not hard. What would your position be like then at your household? You become the best aunts and the best uncles. You could be the foundation of your entire family. In these times, where retirement might seem like a dark cave, you could get to a place where you have a stable plan for retirement and become someone respected by their children and grandchildren. When you think of all that, going up to a person, talking to them, and sometimes getting rejected is nothing in the grand scheme of things. That's why you must set high targets. You must give yourself targets like $50,000 or $100,000 per month, and it makes you happy just to picture achieving those targets in your head, and that would make you want to do this for the rest of your life. Only then can you overcome all the hardships that you face. The first thing you must do when researching a company is to research and decide, if you were to buy a product once, would you buy it again and use it continuously or not? You have to start by deciding that. Buy the product and use it. If you try it and you feel that it's less in quality or price than the products you used to buy at internet shopping malls or at discount stores, then don't do the Atomy business. It'll be hard for you. You can't do it. However, if you feel that Atomy products are so much cheaper and better than the products you were using before, and if you are willing to keep on using Atomy products, even if you didn't earn any money from it, then you should do the Atomy business. Where do you think retired people, the older generation, go every day? They hike up mountains nearby, but hiking can get tiring. It gets boring. There are so many people right now that want to work. Even if they were earning just $1,000 or $500, they're willing to work for even just a small income. If we could provide jobs for that demographic of people, Atomy would have billions of dollars of potential sale growth domestically. And there are those in their 20s and 30s. There aren't many good job opportunities on the market nowadays. Large corporations aren't hiring. That means that little by little, Atomy will take the spotlight as a company with job opportunities that are desirable by young adults. There are instances where young adults in their 30s are making $30,000 per month, while their friends are just making $3,000. These success stories are attracting more and more people in the younger generation to consider Atomy and its potential. This market is destined to grow infinitely. We are preparing to open our office in Brazil and in Germany as well. Europe is a huge market, and we are stepping inside of it. Atomy products have quality on par with European products. Everyone, cosmetic products from Korea are directly comparable to European cosmetics. Did you know that we were the first in the cosmetics industry to receive the King Sejong Award? There have been instances of products receiving the Gill Industrial Research Award. Our product has gotten that award as well. The companies that are paving the way for Korean beauty have received the Gill Award. But Atomy's Absolute Cosmetics is the first to receive the King Sejong Award. K-Beauty will take over the global market, and Atomy is leading the charge. You must not miss this opportunity. Catch the wave and ride it. Then your lives will be changed. Out of all the job opportunities available for us regular people, Atomy Business is a business with the potential for high profits. I encourage you to learn more deeply about Atomy. Don't just skim through it, but take your time and watch our videos on YouTube, day or night. If you go through that process of learning and decide that it's not the way for you, then don't do it. Don't learn about it half-heartedly, start it half-heartedly, and then end it half-heartedly. Look into it, study it. And once you put one step forward from the starting line, I hope that you don't lose your way, avoid the distractions, and run towards that 50K, then 100K target. That's all for today. Thank you.